By the way, route number 1, not 443, route number 1 also passes the green line at the area of Latrun, and I believe sooner or later we'll have the same problem in route number 1 from Tel Aviv to Yerushalayim. Arabs will say we want to be able to drive at that place as well. And you know what, Yishai? Just 2 weeks ago, Meir Chai, Hashem Yikom Damo, got killed near the settlement of Einav in Route 557, and he got killed because of the same reason. Benjamin Netanyahu decided to open and let the Arabs drive on that road as well. Now, what is the difference between 557 and 443? The answer is there's no difference. The only difference is that in 557 only settlers drove so far, so no one really had a problem with that. In 443, it's Israelis from all around driving, maybe 100,000 of them a day. From a different point of view, from a different angle, we can even, see the good side of it. That now it's not only your problem. The Supreme Court is not only your problem. It is also the Israelis from Tel Aviv and Modi'in's problem, and that's why the subject is the top news, and everybody's so angry at the Supreme Court.
Now let's fast forward. Let's skip forward a year or two. Moshe Feiglin is the Prime Minister of Israel, and now you're being asked to contend with this issue, and the Supreme Court wants to rule in favor of Arabs and against Jews, not granting Jews rights to drive on Arab roads and granting Arabs the rights to drive on Jewish roads. What do you think is the big solution, the bigger picture of how to deal with the situation?
Well, we should understand, even though I don't like Aharon Barak so much and Dorit Benish so much as you may guess, but the truth is that they are not the problem. They are just the reflection of the problem. The problem is that in 1948, when the Jewish state was established, we become sovereign people, on the territory, but not on the mind, not on the spirit. What do I mean? When you keep on, when your justice system, when your judges, when your courts, using the same law of the Turks that came here, of the British Mandate that came here, and being very, very careful not to use the Jewish code of law, the Jewish concept, the Torah concept of law, then you never become really independent, because you kept yourself under the spiritual sovereignty of the entire world, actually, the Europe, the Turks, now the Americans, and so on. So, and in that environment, this is the environment that brings that kind of decisions that we see today from the Supreme Court. So, what Israel really needs is a constitution, a Jewish constitution, a constitution that will show the Jewish direction of the state, will explain what are the human rights according to the Jewish concept in Israel, explain what are the border of Israel, and so on, and a group of Knesset members that will be elected from the Israeli parliament will be a top Supreme Court for for the understanding of the Constitution. And whenever the existing Supreme Court or the existing justice system making a decision that seems like contradict the Jewish constitution of the state, the question will go to that forum of people who were elected by the nation and not by themselves, as the higher decision to decide if it was right or wrong. For example, a decision like that on Route 443 would have come to that kind of court, and I'm sure would have been neglected.
Well, in America, you don't, a question like that doesn't come up to the Supreme Court immediately. It comes up through lower courts, and it cannot go to the Supreme Court immediately. And it comes up through the lower courts. Only then does it go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, by that point, is first thing not a self-electing government, but a self-electing body. But it is a body elected by the president, by an elected official. Okay, and courts below are oftentimes either you vote for people in the courts below, or they're also appointed by elected officials. So you really have a process. By the time it gets to the Supreme Court, that is the best court to deal with most issues. And also, that Supreme Court has only a very limited scope what it's allowed to deal with. They cannot deal with all issues. Here in Israel, the Supreme Court can deal with any issue. You bring the Supreme Court a question, they feel like answering it, sure. In America, you can't have that there. The Supreme Court has to have a case or a controversy. Somebody has to have a problem that they can claim. Two courts have already had to go through it, and they by the way don't necessarily. First thing, they cannot take all cases, and whatever cases come to them, they don't necessarily even have to take. They can